Hey everybody, welcome back to Date Yourself. My name is Lucy Price. If this is your first time catching me on my channel, welcome. Here on this channel, we talk about how to create incredible relationships with yourself and with others, as well as how to create a life that you really enjoy living in through goals, through lifestyle, and so on. If that sounds up your alley, then I hope that you'll subscribe, but let's get into the core of the video. So today's practice is all about asking yourself some questions. When you go out on a date with somebody, chances are you ask them questions. You ask them questions to get to know who they are, to get a sense of their personality, to get a sense of what their life goals are, their values, and to see whether you're a good fit together, where you could be compatible in being in relationship with each other. When I think about dating yourself, yes, it's about cultivating self-love, but it's also about getting to know yourself in a deeper way. I know a lot of people start the practice of dating themselves after they're going through a transition period, like a divorce or a breakup, or a change in job, a change of career, a change in location. And so this transition can create a lot of confusion. It can create this sense of, who am I? What do I want? What's important to me? Am I living life in the way that I want to be living life? It can start to bring up all of these big questions. Or you could be having a dark night of the soul going on, and that can bring up a lot of intense feelings and a lot of the sense that you maybe don't know who you are or what you want out of life. And so the questions that I put together today are designed to help you get to know yourself in a deeper way, to really get to know yourself again, to get to know what's important to you, to get to know what you care about. All of these questions are included in a PDF. So if you signed up for the 30-day Date Yourself guide, which is free, by the way, if you signed up for that, then you will get these questions in a PDF form, and you can treat this like a journaling session. You can treat this like something that you just sit in a corner, you get cozy, you answer these questions for yourself. I have 10 questions here for you. What I ultimately want is for you to make it a priority to answer 5. So choose 5 questions, answer those 5 questions. If you want to answer them all, which I hope you do, then answer all 10. The first question that I want you to ask yourself is, what are your core values? What values are important to you as a person? I find this to be a very powerful question because when it comes to compatibility with someone else, part of what makes you compatible with another person is the values that you share together. So a value could be compassion, it could be honesty, it could be family. But what is a core value that is really important to you? This core value also has the opportunity to act as a sort of North Star for yourself when you're making decisions and when you're moving through life. Question number 2, at the end of your life, what do you think you'll look back and think, I wish I had done that? I wish I had gone on that trip. I wish I had reached that goal. I wish I would have gone on that date. What do you think that at the end of your life, you would look back on your life and say, I wish I had done that. I wish I had made that a priority. I find this question to be really powerful because it gives you an insight of what is actually important to you. What goal, what lifestyle, what thing is actually important to you that you think you would regret if you didn't do it? And that gives you a lot of insight of what you need to make a priority to do. Question number 3 is, what hobby really increases your quality of life and why? Getting curious about it. So maybe you really like pottery because it really grounds you. It makes you feel like a more stable, secure person. And maybe you like playing video games because that's your connection to other people. That's your community. And it really increases your social calendar. It really increases your ability to feel socially connected to other people. But what hobby really improves your quality of life and why? 4, what are your comfort activities? What are the things you do when you need some TLC, when you want to nurture and care for yourself? This could be really, really supported, or it could be distractions, but either way, what do you go to for comfort? Number 5 is, if you could go back in time and give your parents a piece of advice before you were born, what would that piece of advice be? It starts to get a look into some generational patterns. Maybe you could have given your parents a piece of advice that would have helped them in their relationship to you or them in their own life. But this gets really interesting because we start to ask questions about the generation before us, the people that we are directly connected to. And maybe this is caregivers for you or someone else in your life that you really have that caregiver-child relationship with. Ask yourself that question. What advice would you want to give them? And how does that affect you, affect who you are today? And what does that say about your relationship with them? Number 6 is, if your brain was a room, what would that room look like? What does your inner world look like? Is it a cozy cabin in the middle of the woods? Is it a city skyscraper? But what does it look like inside of your brain, in your inner world? What is the environment like? What are the colors, the textures? What's going on in there? Number 7 is, what do you get really excited about? What enlivens you? What makes you giddy? What makes that spark come up in your body? What drives you, drives your curiosity? 8 is, if you could ask any question and get the answer, what question would you ask? This is an interesting question for me because I think it highlights where your main curiosities are, where your main blind spots are in the world, as well as what's important to you to know. Like, what are you really interested in knowing? Number 9 is, what environments do you like to be in? What do you feel drawn to? Do you feel drawn to nice open spaces, or do you feel really drawn to enclosed spaces? Do you like light areas? Do you like dark areas? Do you like certain colors? Do you not like certain colors, certain textures, certain kind of crowd levels? What environments call to you and what environments don't? This can be helpful for a couple of reasons. One, you start to get aware of what environments really are good for you, but also in terms of compatibility with someone else. When you're sharing so many environments together, it helps that you like the same environments. And then the last one is to walk around your home. What clues does the home give you that shows you what you like, what you love, what's important to you? Pretend you're a detective walking around someone else's house, except it's your own, and ask yourself the question, what information do I get from this house? What's important to this person? What do they care about? This will give you a lot of insight into yourself, into what you like, what you care about, how you see yourself, and how you see the world around you. Let me know what questions stood out to you down in the comments, and if you have any questions that you think would be really insightful, feel free to share those in the comments as well. But definitely pick 5, go do those questions, and I'll see you in the next video for Date Yourself. Bye everybody.